Hey there guys, welcome back. So as you can see, I have really thoroughly dimensioned out this project, and I also added in a few other components. But now that I've done all that, I want to go ahead and connect our two floors. So if you go into 3D view, you can see obviously that we have two floors, but we need to connect them with a stair. So I'll go back to my first floor plan and click on the stair tool. So there's different ways to build stairs, but for today's purposes, I want to keep using the run feature. You can always design a stair by sketch, which allows you to get it exactly the way that you want, but getting all those details absolutely perfect can take a lot of time. So for this Revit Essentials class, I'm just going to deal with the run feature. So I'm going to stick with the 3-foot width, that's perfect. Going to do the automatic landing again. And now to cover the 10 feet to the second floor, I'm going to go with 16 steps. You might have an error message pop up. The actual riser height of stair is greater than the maximum riser height specified in the stair type. If you just hit OK, you'll see that the actual riser height is 7.5 inches. But under Edit Type, the maximum height is 7 inches. So that's why that warning appears. Even though you're totally able to build a stair with a riser height higher than the default, it is just notifying you that it's violating the default. So just to be safe, I'll go ahead and increase the riser count to 18 to get it under 7 inches. So I'm going to try and create a straight stair in order to cover that 10 feet to the second floor. So I'll place it and then click and drag it where I want. And you can have a stair like that if you choose. Just hit the check mark and it'll complete it. But what if you wanted a stair that made more of an L shape? You know, going up and over. Well, we can do that. I'm going to go ahead and delete this stair. I'll go back up to my stair tool. And then I'm just going to go down here and add 2 stairs. So I'll click and that will place those 2 stairs. And then to start going the other direction, I'll go up and click basically in line with the left-hand part of the stair. And about in the center. Now because my width is 3 feet, you may have to adjust it a little more or a little less. So then I'll just click and scroll all the way up. And as you can hopefully see, it's kind of hard to see actually, and I apologize for that. There's a tally of how many risers are created and how many are remaining. So I'll move up until it says 15 created, 0 remaining. Then click and hit the check mark. Now if for some reason you don't make the desired number of stairs, let me just demonstrate that and hit the check mark, well, you're going to get a warning that'll appear. And this basically says stair top end exceeds or cannot reach the top elevation of the stair. So what that error is basically saying is that according to the properties of the stair, as you can see in the properties menu, there are either not enough stairs to reach the second floor, or there are too many stairs, so it overshoots. So we'll have to fix that. So all I'll do is click on my stair, and I will drag it out the necessary amount, creating the full 18 stairs. And then when you hit the check mark, you'll see there aren't any more errors that appear. Everything's good. So I'm going to take a couple of seconds here and slide the stair around to make sure that it's exactly where I want it to be. Okay. And now if we go to the second floor, we can see the stair. But it's a little bit off. It doesn't quite connect where we want it to. So what I'll do is I'll click on my floor and then go to the option Edit Boundary. And that will take us back to sketch mode. This is true for roofs, floors, walls, anything that you originally designed in sketch mode. So then I'll use the Pick Lines command and pick out those 2 lines on the stairway. And then I'll use the Trim command. You can either use the button or the keyboard shortcut TR and connect my stair to the second floor. So make sure that you've got all the necessary points connected. And then when you hit the check mark, you will have your stair connecting. So to see this in 3D view, you have a couple different options. First, you can just click on the 3D view button. And remember, you can also get there through the project browser. So one way is you can click on the roof, right-click on it, and then hide the element. And remember that anything that you've hidden, if you click this little icon down here, it will reveal the hidden objects. So click that little bulb, and there's my roof. And to get it back for good, click on the light bulb, right-click on the object, and then unhide it. Alright, so looking over this project, we can see our stair there. Looks pretty good, not too bad, not too bad. Now, if you want to get a little bit more personal in how this whole thing winds up looking, you can always go into the Properties window and click the Section Box tool. What that'll do is it'll build a box around your entire project, but you can move the walls of the box and have it cut it off at certain places. So just move the walls of your box either toward or away from your project in order to get those different views. So I'm going to try and get this one room here. Just give it a second. And there you go. So this lets you move around and really get a feel and understanding for the space. As you can see now, we have this walkway on the second floor, and you might need to build a railing there. So in order to make this railing, you'll go up to the railing option, and then you can draw it in. So I'm going to go back to the second floor plan view. Usually when I'm drawing stuff in by hand, I like to either be in a floor plan view or an elevation view. Usually a plan view, because it just makes it easier to lay out these objects. So I'm back in drawing mode now, and I'll place one line along the length of the walkway, and then another short one to connect it to the stair and hit the check mark. Go back to 3D view and you can see the railing. Now if you zoom in close, you can see that the railings don't exactly meet up, but that's okay. We can always go on up and click on one of the different edit modes to get it exactly right. Now, one thing to be aware of with railings is... Oh, hold on, I didn't want to go there. Okay, when you hit Edit Path, if you already have a path, you can't have consecutively two paths. So what that means is, for example, if you try to lay out another railing in the middle of your walkway, you'll get an error. The railing line must be a single connected sketch. If you want separate pieces of railing, create two or more separate railings. So that means even if you want to build all your railings all at once, you can only do one at a time. It may be slightly inconvenient, but it's how the program is designed, and it does still let us do what we need to. So that ends our tutorial on stairs and railings. I'll see you in the next course.